What's going on, guys? Happy Monday. We're back. We have a big guest. You saw the title of this video. We have many more guests lined up for you guys. I hope you guys like this video and subscribe, like, send this to all your friends. Let us know in the comments who you want next, but let's go. Let's see how this goes. We'll see you guys.
And a lot of you guys are watching but not subbed, so subscribe and enjoy the video.
Bro, you're the nicest UFC fighter in the world, dude.
Shout out Basement Talk, man.
I'm gonna bite at least 2 of your ears off.
I make more than $1 million in a day sometimes.
You better.
How do you pronounce your original country? Because I don't want to butcher.
So I'm from country Georgia.
Georgia.
In Georgian, you say Sakartvelo because it's so different from pronunciation. They call it in English Georgia, in Russian Gruzia, but in reality, the country's name is Sakartvelo. And the capital, where I come from, is Tbilisi. So Tbilisi pretty much the same in English too, Tbilisi.
And when did you move out here?
I came and visited in 2014 twice, and beginning of 2015, I came with my family to live, and since then I've been here.
Southern California?
Yeah, straight in Huntington, and
man.
since the day one, I'm there.
You saw the best part of America right off the bat.
When you were living back home in your original country, you started doing karate, I read.
Yeah.
Was that your first thing you started doing?
When I was 4 years old, I started karate. Yeah, but before I moved here, I used to live in Netherlands, in Amsterdam.
Kobe, you've been there, right?
I've been there. I love Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I love Ajax.
What do you like?
Yeah,
that's the question, right? Why did you
I spent time out there playing soccer.
Okay.
So I was in Deventer.
Did you visit the Amsterdam Arena?
I did.
For Ajax?
I went there, the Ajax Arena, and obviously it's nice over there. You got all the nice restaurants. A lot of good Turkish food there, too.
A lot of Turkish, Moroccan people live there. That's why a lot of that type of food is there.
Yeah, and me and him are Armenians, so we're your neighbors.
Perfect.
It's amazing.
That's great.
Yeah,
I'm German and Austrian, so we're not neighbors.
Okay, I mean, you were probably your people neighbor when I used to live in Netherlands.
Yeah, true.
Close.
We're close.
Yeah, I used to travel all the time, like Germany, the Netherlands, like Amsterdam is like very close to many other countries. You can just drive like 3 hours to Paris, 1 hour to Belgium, 2 hours in Germany.
That's a place to be.
Do you speak Dutch?
I used to understand everything and no more. Only few words like Schoonheid, some of the good stuff I know.
How many languages do you speak?
I speak 3.
Okay.
Georgian, Russian, English.
So what's the difference between Georgian and Russian?
Georgian and Russian is the same exact difference as Japanese and English.
Oh, really?
Like
so
really
completely different spectrum. It's not a play off of Russian or anything?
We have our own alphabet. Only Georgians use it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
and that's the only place it's spoken?
Only people that speak is Georgians. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So how long did you spend in Holland?
Holland, I spent 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was it like training out there?
Intense. Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, I was a karate guy, and then I got married when I was 18. And at that time, I was fighting some other championships and tournaments, and I see that I cannot really make money from karate. You know, I had to do something different, and I loved that time the K1. The time we had the Eurosport, was the biggest sport channel in Europe. And we were watching that fights there, and that was kind of a really big deal at that time. And just decided out of nowhere to travel in Netherlands. I mean, not out of nowhere. I already had a couple of local domestic fights, but I still, my name was as a karate fighter, not kickboxer, you know.
Yeah.
So I was just showing up in kickboxing tournaments and throwing my kicks. I was successful, but I still didn't have much of an experience. And I went there and started straight in the gym called, first 2 years I didn't live in Amsterdam. I used to live in the city called Breda. It's like closer to Germany and Belgium. And started training in the gym called Golden Glory. Golden Glory is like one of the most successful in kickboxing. They had Alistair Overeem at the time, Sammy Shields, Gokhan Saki, a lot of big names in kickboxing.
High level kickboxers.
Oh yeah. And then I moved in Amsterdam and spent 5 years there.
You still stay in touch with that gym to this day?
Yeah, all the time. I have a couple of cornermen visiting me sometime for my fights, because their striking level and their kickboxing level is like, you cannot fight anywhere else than in Netherlands. You know, like you said you traveled in Amsterdam. You saw it. I don't know if you ever witnessed some club or street fight. Yeah. They all fight so good.
They're
you
good
can just stop
fighters.
and like, see that what the heck is happening. You know?
So the first time I was walking through Amsterdam, I was 16 years old.
Okay.
And I was with my dad, and I'm walking through Amsterdam, and I went to a coffee shop with my dad, and they brought me
okay, coffee shop is two different coffee shop we're talking about.
Dutch
coffee shop or the
no, the coffee shop
American.
Here. I know. Coffee shop here, right? They bring you coffee, a latte, and they put a joint next to it.
Okay, sweet.
So they love their weed, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. Walk a block down, and I see red light district. And I was like,
was it nighttime?
It was evening turning into nighttime, and I was like, this is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I was 16. So I was like, what the heck? I didn't know what this was. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. It's a crazy city.
And he's always wanted to go back.
Yeah. I was there like for my work, for football, for soccer. So I didn't get to kind of mess around like crazy, but at nighttime they were fighting. It was insane.
What do you mean? Like, what do you
like bar fights? Even like their bar fights, the fighters there are unbelievable.
Like the casual like person in Amsterdam knows how to fight.
Everyone can fight. Like more like how they grow, they all play soccer, and there is some time, like probably like a high school time or middle school time, they all go in some kickboxing gym and at least spend 3-4 years. And these 3-4 years is really legit training. They do it, and then they can go in the street or whatever in a club. Fight happen. They all throw the punches. And
so the development of a 3-4 year kickboxing training in Netherlands is comparison to how much here in the United States. What would you say?
I don't want to disrespect to speak like that, but you don't really see a lot of American highest level kickboxers. Of course, there are some like Raymond Daniels, beautiful kickboxer, and some other guys as well. But most of them, when you see it's either Thai guys or Dutch guys, And Dutch guys, I'm counting their Suriname and Moroccan guys as well, because they are all mixed there in Netherlands.
That kickboxing training is crazy. I had a person who was Thai that I worked with, and he had done some kickboxing, and he said that the way that they do it in Thailand is they take rolling pins on your shins, and it's like 30 minutes of your training session.
That's real?
You're just gnawing down the bone on your shin to like build. What does it build?
You also, there is another one with wood. And you just hit the
You do that?
I mean, I don't do this no more, but I used to.
Yeah, it looks like some of the kicks you throw. I don't know how your legs are.
I wanted to test if I could kick the whole, like, how Van Damme movie and the palm tree, the guy kicks and breaks it. So I went and kicked the regular, palm tree, regular kick, tree,
like a solid like.
I broke it, but my leg was like 2 weeks I couldn't walk.
Wow,
dude! Is that what effective on your head or no? Okay.
Head? I don't know.
What? No, so when did you get the nickname Ninja?
Probably after spending some time at Kings, maybe like year or two. Yeah. It came from I have a Brazilian coach, and Brazilians, usually MMA fighters, they always have a nicknames. Like if you see it, Werdum has White Cavallo, there is Shogun with nickname. Everyone has their nickname, right? And I never really had the nickname, and they just came out of, I don't know, I was doing a lot of spinning kicks and stuff like that.
It's stuck.
Strike, yeah. They just call it. So.
You are ninja-like though. You pull some crazy stuff off. How sketchy is it doing a rolling thunder kick in an octagon? I saw you do that, and I was like, how do you even like set that up? Like, it just seems so crazy.
I started to do that kicks when I was super young on karate. And in karate, what happens is like you throw that kick and no one goes on the ground. So you have time, like referee gonna stop it. You have time to stand up, and then you guys go again. And so last seconds on kickboxing matches, I started to use it. And then I tried a few times in UFC too, But I don't start with it, because if I start with it, then fight might go on the ground.
Yeah, ground game
and
starts.
My ground is not the highest specialty thing.
Got good takedown defense though.
Yeah.
When
So
you
go ahead.
you moved to the United States in 2014.
Yeah.
And then you had your UFC debut in 2019.
I moved in 15, so I came 14 a few times to check it out. I found Kings, and in 15 I decided to completely move, and from that time, March 15, I've been here. I had the debut in UFC 19, but before I still was kickboxer, and same time I was building my record for MMA. And I don't know if you guys know the show called Glory. That's like for like UFC for MMA. That's Glory is like for kickboxing, the highest league. And that time I was fighting the Glory and was making money and spending in MMA and making the career slowly upgrading for MMA.
Was UFC always your main objective? That was your main goal.
I know you had a lot of other offers on the table too when you did make that decision.
I did, yeah. So I had a really hard decision to make in 2018 because at that time I had an offer go to UFC straight, go to Contender Series, continue really legit contract with Glory, with title shot and everything. ONE FC, Ryzen president flew from Japan to sign, and also Karate Combat and Bellator. Everything. I had all the offers.
I don't think there's anything else.
And we signed to Contender Series because the year before Sean O'Malley's career started, and you guys all remember that Snoop was commenting and he hyped him up and stuff. And me, my manager and my team, we sit and we thought that was a good decision to go through the Contender Series.
Good marketing plan.
Because we could use all the Dana's the power. And unfortunately, so I disregarded I canceled all the other options and stayed in Contender Series, and I lost the fight at the last minute.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was gonna say too. The Contender Series is like the least like chance of like any stability out of the other contracts.
It's like
too.
all in, you know.
Yeah.
Either you lose or either you win, and you go from there. Yeah, that was pretty hard.
So how do you transition after losing in the Contender Series to stay in the UFC?
From that time, probably that was one of the hardest time in my life, the career-wise, because, you know, like I moved with my 2 kids, wife, and everything stands on me, and I'm putting all in this, in my career, and then I lost. I was winning the fight. Fight was pretty good, you know, but last seconds I got choked. So I went to Dana, I went to Sean Shelby, talked to them, and everybody's word was one thing, that go back to the grappling, spend more time, get a couple of W's, and next show you'll be here. So pretty much that's what I did. I competed in Jiu-Jitsu, got my World's Championships in blue belt, got a couple of wins in MMA, and short notice came, and I said, yeah.
Was there a big culture shock moving to SoCal? Because it had to be a little bit different than, you know.
Me and my family were kind of ready for it because we spent the time in Netherlands. So moving from Georgia to Amsterdam was more shocking, I would say, than from there to here. Because, yeah, I mentioned I didn't stay first 2 years in Amsterdam, right? So why? I had the 2 options to go, either in Golden Glory, which was in Breda, or in Amsterdam there was a gym called Medjiro Gym. So I spent the 3 days in Amsterdam. Straight on the red light district was the gym. And we didn't have a kid at the time, so...
A lot of temptation.
I walk around everywhere, the smells of weed, smoke shop. That time I didn't even try the weed. I didn't know what was it, so I knew the one thing that I had to stay away from that. And
great decision.
Yeah, that time for sure.
Yeah,
I would have stayed there.
And what happened? Yeah, so I go in the gym, I train, then I see they have one shower. Man, woman, everyone showers in the same shower.
Men and women.
Everybody, like this gym like this small, all right?
Damn.
And they're like, oh,
just one big brothel.
Like, damn. I saw because that thing kind of didn't fit in my culture at the time. And yeah, I just took off and went in Breda.
That's a crazy culture shock.
So where'd you meet your wife?
I met my wife in... So we have elementary, middle, and high school all together usually. Like all these 11, 12 years we spend in one school. That's how it's in Georgia and most of the Eastern European countries. So in the 9th grade, I met my wife, yeah.
And then she came to Netherlands with you?
We got married 18, and then we went together, yeah.
Wow. When did you have kids? How old were you?
My daughter is now almost 15. So when I was 19, 20. Yeah,
awesome.
19. Yeah.
And you have a son?
My son is 7. Yeah.
Is your son going to be a ninja one day?
If you can call him right now, he feels like he is a ninja.
Yeah. We should have brought him. We should have brought him next time.
He wouldn't stop talking. Yeah, he
Zach,
would take over
kick your ass,
podcast.
dude.
He might, honestly.
We'll have him on the next episode.
No problem.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's so funny. So what did you think of the Emmett fight? I know that was supposed to be you up in there.
296.
I was gonna ask too if you think if Mitchell had a training camp, it would have ended a little differently.
I don't know if it would be different because Mitchell's stand-up is not high level.
Wrestler.
Even he knocked Edson down. I felt like that was really like accidental thing. But you know, he was a favorite with Emmett, and Emmett is a very short and he has very good wrestling as well. So it would be super hard for Bryce to take him down, you know, unless Emmett would guess out in the later rounds, so maybe like 3rd round or something. Yeah, I don't know what would be his game plan, you know. And Emmett, he throws bombs, and we saw what happened to.
Yeah, he's a powerhouse.
Were you watching that live?
Yeah.
Did you see how crazy that was, though? Were you scared when his body was shaking like that?
I mean, I felt bad for the Bryce, so that motivated me to come back and kind of help him feel better after my fight with him.
Do you normally like to talk smack?
Normally when?
Before a fight, or do you normally like to...
If this gonna help fight and me and my career, I don't give a shit. You know, I'll talk whatever it takes. But,
call him out right now.
In general, like, nobody's trying to accept the fight, you know, and I fought already someone who was behind me on the ranking, and I'm not planning to fight anybody back on the ranking. Now it's like
trying to move forward.
It's time to 100%, you know, like anybody rematch with Qatar would be nice. Emmett, we're not sure if he's still going into injury.
Yeah.
He said that he has some injury. Probably his hand is swollen or something. Yeah. I don't know. I can send him ice. He can help himself. Who else we have? We have Ilya, who's fighting Volk.
Yeah.
And the rest of them, what is it? Allen is scheduled with Evloev, and Yair and Brian are fighting. So
they're ducking the ninja, dude.
They're ducking the ninja. So I saw you on Twitter, and I'll read it. You said, Josh, you beat the guy coming off the couch, working with the cows in the farm.
Yeah.
Accept UFC's offer for UFC 300. I already said yes. So do you see UFC 300 in the works for you?
For me? Yeah, for me, absolutely. It's been sent already, you know. UFC already sent them an offer.
Are you waiting on Josh?
Say again?
Are you waiting on Josh to get cleared?
I'm waiting on Josh, yeah.
And has he gotten seen by any doctors or anything yet on that injury?
I don't know. I don't know what injury he's going through, honestly. I hope it's nothing major and he comes back, because he's pretty old and, you know, he has to fight if he wants something big to happen in his career. If he's just for he wants there to stay and getting paid, you know, he needs to hurry on that as well, because there is no lot of chances
100%.
later and later, you know. So.
And there's slim pickings for your opponent for 300 if he can't go too, just with the schedule everybody else is on. And I was going to ask you about the Calvin fight too. Is that kind of like any beef there? Or is it just you think
there is no beef, but there is always
it was a 5-round war.
100%. It's not done. The 5-round that was not done for this fight, you know.
Which, by the way,
the
you're an
people
animal.
talk so much about this fight that way and that way. Like, I recommend everyone to watch again this fight, because in the end, and even in the 5th round, that fight was not over, you know.
Yeah.
So,
and that's the one thing about the sport that I think sometimes it's like, when it is a close fight like that, they look at the opponent that's messed up the most. You know what I mean? And not as much as the point type of thing. But you're an animal, dude. I would have been.
I mean, we met together each other in the hospital. There was a reason why they brought him there as well. So I don't want to talk about that, but yeah.
No, it's one of the, and I'm sure it's a little sour for you too, seeing him across. I put him in the hospital too, man.
No, you know, after the fight, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Even when he lost with Emmett, I went in on his after party.
Oh, that's cool.
We had the drink together.
That's super cool.
But, you know, he knows if there's something we're still, I think he's ranked 7 and I'm ranked 8. So we're still very close.
It's going to have to happen at some point, right?
We'll see what happens, you know.
And it's more
even
competitive.
if that's not UFC and maybe one day boxing match or something, I think that will sell pretty well too. So maybe even in Boston. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I like that. Yeah.
What are you walking at? Like, what's your weight right now?
145.
145.
Come on, bro. Well, we had Jalen Turner on the pod a little while back, so we know people who have to cut.
I'm like probably 170 to 172 right now.
Wow.
Yeah, this morning, that's how I was. Yeah.
I asked Jalen Turner the same question, but do you think it's an advantage or a disadvantage being your height in your division?
Oh, it's an advantage for sure.
Yeah.
If you have a good striking and you can maintain yourself to get taken down.
Which I love your little move you do.
Different room and fighting someone else from there, you know.
I like the way you keep distance too. I saw you hit one of these things. Didn't the spinning heel kick? Yeah.
That was crazy.
What are some of your best attributes you would say
for
fighting?
Technique, mentality, speed, experience. I mean,
mental preparation. How do you mentally prep? Like, meaning your weight cut straight, like night before the fight. What are you doing? Are you listening to like a bunch of Drake? Are you like getting pumped up? Like, what's going on?
Little Marvin's room before the 5-rounder.
I would listen to Drake for sure.
I mean,
I was fighting in the UFC.
When I cut weight, the time I definitely have couple of Drake too, Tupac mostly, but there are some Drake.
You have
J.
like
Cole.
the AirPods or like the big headset?
No, I just have some speaker in the room. And
do you have like
we
a
all listen
coach
the
that's
same.
like a motivational coach talking to you and stuff?
David Goggins.
David Goggins
type. So not really, because the way I come from, we don't grow up with that. Our life experience is more than what that guy can do in somebody's.
What do you
life,
think
know?
about Goggins?
Honestly, I'm not familiar with his
stuff.
work. What he was doing. I heard he's former army guy or something.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about him. All I know, I've seen some guy from who I saw on social media in Tony's corner.
Yeah.
And I heard that some other fighter was saying something.
I saw that
about
too.
Tony to hey Goggins, say this to Tony, and he listened.
Turned
he
around
repeated.
and pulled him out.
That's all I know.
It's not a good corner coach.
Yeah, I don't know much.
Do you think Tony carried the boats?
I don't know what does it mean.
So David Goggins has like a saying. It's like a motivational saying, like, who's going to carry the boats? Like, where are the men who are going to carry the boats? And everybody was asking.
Maybe that was the type of boat.
Yeah. No, Paddy definitely picked up the boats. That was a rough fight for him, for sure.
Where do you... Go ahead.
Have you ever gone in a street fight?
Amsterdam?
That's a funny question, brother. I'm coming from Georgia. I live in a long time in Netherlands. Like,
he doesn't need a motivational coach. He's seen enough.
Okay, I know. I just want to know, like, an instance,
I have
because
more than 200 karate fights. I have kickboxing close to probably professional near like 50 and total maybe like 80. And I have how many MMA fights? Probably like 20 or something nearby. I have all around, if you count, I have probably double amount of street fights in Georgia. Just in Georgia, right?
Yeah, but some people just keep it in the ring, right? I mean...
Yeah,
not if you're from Georgia.
So these days, I definitely, since I went from US, I never really had the street fight there. But that's how you grow up in Georgia. You know, you guys said you guys from Armenia, right?
Yeah, but we're Orange County boys.
Yeah, you see,
it's different.
It's different, definitely.
No, 100%.
If you would rise there, you would definitely know.
Were your parents like ever afraid and stuff of you fighting in the streets?
Oh yeah.
Or do they still get nervous when they watch you now?
I mean, my dad saved me a lot of times from the police, the jail times, and stuff like that. Like, yeah.
Was your dad a fighter too, or does he train with you still?
He was a judo wrestler.
Okay. Oh.
He was coming out to go to Olympics, and then he quit his career, unfortunately, because of the knee injuries when he was like around 20 to 21. He was really, really highest talented guy in national team of Soviet Union. Back that time, Georgia was part of Soviet Union. And then some accident happened on training, and he quit his career. And when he was 24, I was born, and then he was all in my career, you know.
Hey guys, yes, I'm on a private jet, and none of this would be possible without our sponsor, Zill Media. If you need any social media or any content done, or even start a podcast like ours, they are the best in the business. Go to zillmedia.com and mention Basement Talk for a discount on their services. Now let's get back to the episode. Let's get off this fake jet. Go get back to the episode. UFC 296. I want to go back to it a little bit. Paddy the Baddy.
Yeah.
Talking smack on your country. Did he ever apologize to you?
No.
Or apologize to your guys?
Honestly, in San Diego, I saw him. And he was all like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, I didn't know nothing. And I said to him to apologize to the people, but publicly. I haven't seen any action from him. So I was looking for the 296 press conference at the time or just to see him somewhere, to catch him, you know.
Yeah. So, would you ever...
I'm surprised you guys know about it.
Yeah, I read about it. I saw it on Twitter. It was all over, actually.
Yeah.
I saw that you wanted to maybe fight him too.
Yeah.
And condolences to your people in that situation
too. Take him on the street. I think you're a better fighter than him, 100%.
Good for you.
You don't need to change your weight or nothing.
Good for you. He knows it. He knows it.
Other than you, who do you think the best featherweight is? Or most technical, that might be the most challenging?
I mean, from top 10, everybody's good. You know, everybody has a different style of fighting. They have all the, like some, let's say who we have champion, we have Volk, right? He's such a short guy coming with like some different style, like rugby style fighter. Or I don't know what to call him. He does everything well.
He's just scrappy.
Yeah. His cardio, I heard, is like insane as well. And he's really well-rounded in other different, you cannot call him a striker, you cannot call him a wrestler, no grappler. But he has a lot of pretty much everything a little bit, and he's very good in mixing. Then we have a Max. Max is probably going to stay his name forever in featherweight division with his boxing. But Max is not the knockout artist, you know. There's something that he's missing. Then we have Yair with the beautiful footwork and kicking technique. I feel like I'm missing a little bit of the mentality. What champion needs that type of mentality in Yair. But he's definitely good. Then we have who we have? Brian, I think Ortega. He's jiu-jitsu, great jiu-jitsu.
When was Ortega's
guy.
last fight?
Brian's?
Yeah. I feel like I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I think him and Yair when he got injured with Yair. Maybe. I was going to fight him last year, but it never happened. He injured again. So in summer.
Topuria's undefeated.
Topuria is really good.
Is that what you're looking at?
He's
I'm looking
showing
at the standings.
some nice boxing, but actually he's a grappler and people don't know about it yet, you know. So
that's the funny thing about some of these fighters too. It's like, I'm sure you see it with your kicking too. A lot of people think, oh, he's a kickboxer. All he can do is kick type of thing. They don't understand what else you have in your bag. And a lot of times it's like, you don't have to pull it out of your bag if your kicking's working most of the time too.
True.
Like you see with like Sean Strickland, and he's got a full jiu-jitsu background. He never pulls it out of his bag, which he probably should. Do you think that Volk will still have the belt when it's your time to contend?
He has a tough fight and especially situation right now because he got knocked.
Yeah, I was going to say too, where do you think his chin's at?
With Ilya's chances are rising super high right now because the Volk got knocked out in when? October, right? Yeah.
November, I think early November, right?
I think October was the show
October.
in Abu Dhabi. I think that was the show, right? Yeah.
That was wild, that late notice.
Yeah.
That was a
was
crazy
crazy.
kick, dude. I was watching it with
God,
Kyler.
he was doing good.
I looked back and he was on the ground. I was like,
Yeah, no one expected from Islam the left high kick, but
yeah. Well, that's one of those things. Everybody expects him to grapple. They don't know he has it in his bag.
yeah.
Would you ever go into a different division? Have you ever thought about it?
Yeah, hell yeah. In
Heavyweight?
Netherlands, I always heavyweight. That's my dream. I don't know if I'll do it, but that's my dream to go and fight.
The heavyweight
You
champion.
could take Ngannou.
Ngannou's not going to be
with AKA for sure. No Tyson, all of them. But
the heavyweight division's getting good now, though. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Aspinall, there's a lot of moving parts. It's going to be super cool.
yeah, him and John Jones been talking some crap to each other.
There's
these
no way
days.
John.
Yeah.
Do you think Jones would take that?
I don't know.
He tore his pec,
I
right?
think personally, I think he's going to do Stipe, and then
Yeah,
I think he's out. He can say he was the heavyweight champion now. He came back and got the belt type of thing. And that injury was so weird too. I don't know.
I know you mentioned talking about having that mentality to be the champion, but for us who aren't champions, what does that mentality look like?
I mean, how to explain, you guys? Like, if you watch champions interviews, and we just mentioned the guy Yair, but like there is a difference, you know. Like there comes maturity, experience, you know. Then I would say, like, I would compare as grape juice to the wine, you know. Like I don't know, it's a little it's different. It takes time, you know.
Yeah.
Some people become champion really early ages and they are good, but usually it takes some time. And this sport, you don't see a lot of young champions. And in general, if you see the fighters, like the top 15 fighters in each division, you don't see like 20 to 23-year-olds. Like soccer players, if you see one of the best soccer players are around 25, you know, but
Maybe younger.
yeah. And in MMA, it's like 30 and a little bit more, you know, 29, 32, 34, you know, something like that.
And how many fights are you going to want to do this year? I think I saw you mention somewhere that you did 7 or 8 fights in 1 year. Dude, that is nuts.
But it was not in MMA. I did a 4 fight in UFC. That was my max in 2020. And I think that was the only one who won. Or Kevin Holland was the one with one lose, I think. Yeah, I think he fought 5 fights, but he lost 1. And I won 4. That was my record. I mean,
and how many this year would you kind of?
I would love to fight as much as they schedule me. You know, like, I really want to fight March earliest. I mean, if they're gonna call me for Yair Bryan fight or something that like this happen, I definitely would love to cover that fight. But other than that, March, and from March I would.
You're ready to go. You're always ready.
Maybe 3-4 times this year would be sweet.
I hope so.
It'd be awesome.
And how have you seen UFC change from 2019 to now? Just joining in 2019 to now, so many more fans.
The different sponsorship brands. Well, that time was Reebok. Now we have Venom. You know, the Rock's Under Armour shoes. So some new stuff coming. And, yeah, a lot of progress happened in UFC. It's only rising up, but we need some more marketing. I would say involve. We'll see what happens. You know, I like that they are getting involved in WWE and all those stuff. Like
more entertainment.
Pretty much like Endeavor is growing more and more. That's a good thing for a company for sure.
You think you'll ever get a UFC card in Georgia?
That's something that I've been working on it. Yeah. I had the UFC representatives in Georgia last year, twice. Sick. We had a meeting with prime ministers, sports ministers, and all the different companies who might be ready to sponsor it. So we'll see.
Yeah, there's a few of you guys in the UFC too, right?
Yeah, it's just the time frame is when it's what time is now, like 10 is here, 10 is there. You know? Yeah. Such a big difference.
It's hard to get the whole fan base to watch.
If that's going to be the fight, like Abu Dhabi, similar stuff. And Abu Dhabi throws insane money. You know? In Georgia, there's only 3 million people. So.
And we're waking up at 10 in the morning to watch those cards in Abu Dhabi too. We do the same thing in Georgia, you know? Who gets recognized more in Georgia, you or Zaza Pachulia?
Back in the days, definitely Zaza.
He's probably easier to spot too with his height.
Yeah. These days, I think I have a different people who supports me.
Yeah.
And that back in the days when Zaza won twice the ring.
Yeah.
That time, even me, sometimes I see on Facebook my memories that we all were posting the old Georgios. NBA vote Zaza Pachulia. So we wanted him to be like all-star game, you know?
I remember being a kid.
They changed the rules because of the Zaza.
No way.
The NBA changed the rules because of Zaza.
Because the whole country voted for him.
The whole country stood up and we raised all voices.
Yeah.
So he had like, he was on a second place.
And it was all fan votes, correct? It wasn't the league.
Votes.
Yeah.
So we were, every day we would post, and it would take like 24 hours to re-sign again. And I did probably like 7 or 10 times.
That's awesome. Cool. But just imagine if you guys had a card out there, the type of like movement that you would have. Like they ride hard for the country. And that's where I first heard of Georgia, was through Zaza.
Everyone would show up. That'd be big.
And remember, guys,
they probably have
Georgia
to kick people
is
out.
surrounded with, of course, Armenia, Azerbaijan, but Dagestan and Chechnya.
They're like right up there.
Like 2-hour drive from the capital, from Tbilisi. So imagine like they never went in Dagestan for Khabib show or Khamzat show in Chechnya. They cannot go. I think that's like for them, they would never do it because of the problematic or I don't know what's reason.
Politics and all that type of stuff.
But in Georgia, if we make UFC, they all can come.
It's massive.
That would be crazy.
What arena would they hold that in?
We went last year. The year before, so in 2022, there was opened a new Georgian arena where basketball European Championship happened, and that arena would fit how many people? 10,000 on the chairs and plus on the stadium. So like around 12K people could come.
That's a good amount of people.
What's your like cheat meal? What are you eating when you're not ready for a fight?
Oh,
Or, like,
everything, bro.
everything?
Everything.
What's your favorite?
I love everything.
Anything?
What type of food are you talking
Whatever
about?
you want. If
I love
you
food.
had to pick
I
a
love food. I love food. That's
I
why
hate- I
gain
hate
all the
food.
I can see. I can see.
like you had to go out to dinner with your family, what kind of food are you picking? Anything you want.
My kids are very picky. Sometimes they want this, sometimes they want that. Like last night, what my daughter called the canes.
Oh.
Chicken.
We're Caniacs.
Yeah, Yes.
I almost wore my cane shirt today.
He has
Oh
a
my
He has a
God.
Caniac club card.
Are these your kids? No, I'm kidding.
My daughter this morning texted me. So where is it?
Caniac club card.
Shout,
Pull it
yeah,
out.
shout out all my Caniacs out there.
Let me see if
Go
I
get
have
yourself
it.
that Caniac combo, sub the
find it.
coleslaw. You know
So
what I'm talking about.
Pretty much.
Hey, I
she's-
keep it on me.
B.O.B. Oh, look.
Oh, nice.
You got a Kenya.
Free cane on my birthday.
Official club members.
That's sweet. She said that, hey, don't eat my leftover when I come back on
don't eat
lunch.
my
I want to
leftover
eat. It's like,
If this video gets 10,000 likes, we'll film a podcast with Giga inside of Kane.
Yeah, we'll do a mukbang of us eating canes. That'll be good. What's like the best food in Georgia? What's like a classic dish there?
oh, we have a great food culture. People just they hearing about our culture food. Like amazing food we have. You guys should check it out. There is like a couple of spots mentioned Armenia. You guys familiar with Glendale? There is a couple
Oh,
of
of
spots.
course.
Of,
You been to Rafi's?
Yeah, right next to Rafi's. Right next to Rafi's is a place called Khinkali House. It's
Okay. That's good.
amazing dumpling, Georgian, like big dumpling place.
Is it right next door to King Taco?
King Taco.
There's a King Taco there.
Yes.
It's
yes.
right behind it.
Yes,
Yeah.
right behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're laughing at me?
You've been there?
Yeah, I've been.
But have you tried
No,
that thing?
I walked past.
We went to Rafi's
Yeah.
for Kyler's birthday.
It's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's awesome.
It was
Man, that
really
food
good.
That's my weakness.
It's like big dumpling, like 5 times bigger than Asian regular dumplings, I think. And there is a lot of meat and meat juice. It's bam.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. We have
Loves meat
also the khachapuri. It's like a cheese boat type of thing. It's like, imagine like a gondola, the boat type of pizza with a lot of cheese on it and butter and eggs. So you have to take a little piece of the bread and dip it and mix it, and it's like.
Should we just go right now? Holy crap!
Dude, I don't want to. Yeah.
And actually, there is that place in Silver Lake. Armenian guy is owner of Italian restaurant called Wood. And in that place, they make this khachapuri.
Unreal.
We always go there.
Do your kids like it?
They all love it.
They love it.
Oh, yeah.
Philly cheesesteaks, my go-to.
Philly cheesesteak.
What
Which
about you,
place?
Zach?
I love it.
Dude.
You know I love my schnitzel.
The chicken cheesesteak too. Those bang. Those are good.
Yeah.
But then you got the classic Philly's best with a shake. Can't go wrong with that. I mean, Zach doesn't know nothing about that.
What, dude? I like Philly cheesesteaks. What the hell?
Let's talk about the future fights coming up. I want to get your predictions, okay?
Sure.
And you guys get
Yeah,
your
well,
predictions.
I mean,
as
like
well.
no one really cares, but we'll go too.
No, I mean,
We're totally UFC professionals.
no.
so.
I mean, I still want to see.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
I want to know what you guys think. Okay.
Of course. Yeah,
So
let's
first
go.
fight, we got Strickland versus Duplessis. What do you guys think? What do you think?
And tell them how it's gonna end too.
Yeah, because you're the pro.
I know Strickland, so I'm kind of want him to win. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know much about that South African guy. He's really strong. I heard he's a knockout artist guy. I don't know, man. The Sean is very tricky fighter. His style is very weird. He can push. He has a long jab, very stingy. He's not gonna knock you out, but
He'll make you uncomfortable. He
very
makes guys who are
uncomfortable,
comfortable standing up feel
He
uncomfortable.
made Adesanya uncomfortable.
What do you think about 296 when he was fighting him in the crowd?
I like that. It was cool. Yeah,
He stood on business.
I'm sure. Yeah, the fight is now sold for sure. In
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Canada, right? Yeah,
It gave it 10 times more marketing value than it had before.
exactly. Yeah,
Sean
especially in
Strickland's
front
the
of
real
Trump.
African.
Think Strickland though?
Yeah, I'd probably go Strickland just because I like Strickland more. But Duplessis, like you're saying, has that knockout power type of thing. And I also feel like we haven't seen Dreykus in like too much of a heated situation. He hasn't been pushed into a corner yet, I feel like. And he's super early. He
has a big hype, but I don't know, like, I want to see, maybe I have not checked his footage, you know. Like,
I hope he's staying away from the fireworks.
He got a title shot really quick, though. I was surprised about that. And I think they were expecting him to do it.
How many win streak he had? I don't even know. Yeah.
Who?
Yeah,
not more than 10.
Guy.
There's no way he has more than 10.
Inside UFC? No way.
Yeah.
I don't think. Maybe like 5.
But I think they were expecting him to fight. Nobody expected Sean to win that fight, I don't think. And they were expecting him to fight Adesanya probably after Sean. So he was the fill-in.
Yeah.
Is Strickland, like, you've sparred with him?
Yeah, I did.
So when he's in the gym sparring with you, is his personality the same as he would be like on a Theo Vaughn or a podcast? His personality, is he different in person?
I've seen many different personalities from him. You know, he came a few times at Kings. He sparred with Werdum, where at the time his personality changed. In Anaheim, only like smaller guys we were, and he was different there. I mean, he's really cool with us all the time, but with Werdum, when he sparred, his personality went a little bit lower.
A little aggressive, I'm sure.
Not really aggressive, opposite completely.
Oh, really? Oh, he was having fun type of thing?
I don't know. He felt uncomfortable.
Oh, sparring with Werdum?
He's getting hit.
What about when he talks like on when he talks on podcasts and when he talks like on interviews? He's the same like in person, or is he putting on an act kind of?
I think he's adding a little extra, but he's very similar.
The core is probably similar. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you ever met Deshaun Strickland?
Deshaun? No.
I want to meet that side of him. I feel like that'd be cool.
No.
I want to meet that side of him. He thought it'd be cool.
Yeah, frick Sean Strickland. I want Deshaun Strickland.
He's a GTA
6
I've seen him, but I've never met him.
All right, so we're taking Strickland versus Duplessis.
Strickland elbow, second round, 30 seconds.
Okay.
When have you ever seen Sean throw an elbow?
Now if it actually happens,
he said second round with an elbow.
like boom.
Okay, I can see
it's believable.
So second fight, Volkanovski Topuria.
Topuria has the Georgian blood, Georgian DNA. I cannot go against the body, you know.
I haven't seen Topuria fight too much, so I can't say too much. But I think
Volk is like, you know, very, very one of the highest level fighter in UFC right now. But, you know, Ilya is a knockouter guy, and he has very high chances, especially when Volk got knocked out a few months ago, you know. Well, and I had a few friends who does not take his time, and after a knockout, they want to fight again, and either come on a training, and after a knockout, you need to chill,
rest, give your brain a rest.
Bit, you know.
I'm calling Herb Dean early stoppage, 4th round, 2 minutes.
Herb Dean,
and then Volk gets his belt taken.
Volk gets his belt taken. I think it's gonna be close because usually for Volk, it's his stamina and his chin that like are dependable. You know what I mean? And we don't know what that's gonna look like after the knockout. So it'll be interesting.
Kobe, who's next there? Huh?
Okay, this one. And what do you? So this is UFC 299, O'Malley versus Cheeto.
Yeah, I think O'Malley gonna get this done. No, I like Cheeto. I like Cheeto much more than O'Malley.
Yeah,
but UFC did everything to avoid Merab for title fight, who deserves completely 100%. Because he has 9 win streak or something in UFC, beating the Aldo, beating Marlon Moraes, beating Peter Yan, and then you don't give him a title fight just
because... He's been an underdog in all those fights too.
Yeah.
I think it's because O'Malley wanted Cheeto for the rematch.
Exactly.
So he kind of overpowered that.
Yeah, but you know, usually UFC does what the fuck they want to do it, and that's kind of weird. Is not right. He's ranked 6. He's only 1 win streak or like something. And the guy who worked his ass off and to come on that spot and won so many legends, and like Jan was a couple of fights he defended his belt, right? Very good champion.
Yeah.
And he beat Merab beat so Jan, Aldo, and Marlon Moraes. All three were
ex-champions. Yeah. Which, if any
What's
other
next
fighter,
for
that
him,
sets you up for a title
now
shot.
they give him the hardest fight for Merab what it can be, because Merab is well known with wrestling, and he's fighting the Olympic champion, and Henry is Olympic champion. So I'm saying that UFC saw something in O'Malley that he can beat Cheeto, and he can cancel his one lose with. When he beats,
Well, I think it's a part Sean wants to get that off his back of like, oh, you did get beat by Cheeto. I'm sure he wants to prove that part wrong. Yeah. And I also feel like I could be totally wrong, but I feel like Aljamain still wants to come back. And
in bantamweight,
do you think he's going to go up?
So he's fighting Kelvin Cater for 300.
Oh.
And I read somewhere today that rest of his career he's gonna stay in featherweight.
Really?
So we used to be friends, but now.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Well, because I was thinking maybe because Aljamain and Merab are like this too, that maybe Aljamain wanted the rematch so Merab was, but whatever. That's crazy. That'll be interesting to see him in that division, huh?
Yeah.
Easy for you though, right?
God, that would be a good fight. Do you have one more there or no?
What do you think, Kyler? O'Malley or Cheeto?
O'Malley or Cheeto, dude. Ooh. Cheeto, rear naked choke, 5th round, 30 seconds.
Ooh, becomes new champion.
I think it's a 5-round decision.
5th round.
Dana White goes crazy on that too.
I'd love to see O'Malley go 5 rounds. We haven't seen that yet.
I think realistically, O'Malley first round.
I don't think it's gonna be attack him. I think Cheeto's too good of a striker for it to go first round.
I think he's gonna come in like crazy because he's been talking about speed and how slow Cheeto is. So I feel like he's gonna go in there and he's gonna be fired up.
Who do you think
he's
has
gonna
more
want to
drip?
finish it early and go to the nightclub?
I think he'll go to decision. All right, what's the next fight?
We got this one it's a weird one, but we got McGregor versus Chandler. I don't know what that is confirmed or what we're hearing right now. Hopefully when this video comes out in maybe like a week or two, we'll know more. But what do you see happening with that? Or what is your prediction for that?
How long we've been waiting for this fight?
I know.
I don't know.
It's so long.
Should be.
They need to just do it.
McGregor might be getting off those roids.
The rumored
right
date is June 29th.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it is, dude.
So it was going to be 300.
Just McGregor dodging his SADA.
I don't know. It's so far. McGregor has been so long he's been out. Like, when did he even won his last fight? Like Cerrone, like 3 years ago or something.
Damn, that was 3 years
like
ago.
Shoulder punch or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Are you a McGregor fan?
I'm definitely not a fan of his personality, but I definitely like what he has done inside UFC to help UFC grow, to help everybody's pay grow. And it's like an example for the fighter how successful you can be and how much money you can make, So yeah, yes and no,
He's too close to Dagestan to say he likes him. That's what it is, I think.
You win like your title one day. You get that Dana bonus money. What car are you gonna buy? If you were to pick a car.
I got a couple of bonuses already. I think I drive a good car.
You do drive. What is that? What else would you get? Like a crazy car?
Crazy? You mean like Lamborghini and stuff?
So whatever your like dream car is.
My dream car is the old Mustang, which I have it already.
Really?
What year is it?
66.
Oh, that's perfect.
And I was always down for Lambo, and maybe Bugatti would be sweet.
What color is your Bugatti, huh?
Yeah, Andrew Tate lunch. If UFC fighters could walk out like with a rap artist or anything, who would you walk out with?
I would
Taylor Swift.
Put my hand in the heaven and bring the Tupac. But
bring back Tupac.
Oh, that would be.
What's your favorite Tupac song?
Hit 'Em Up.
Oh, I was listening to that at the barbershop this morning.
I used a few times.
Yeah.
I used a few times.
We got to
for
send him
workout.
some of our leaked Tupac songs. We got some fire on
We
SoundCloud.
got some good stuff.
We got to
some
hook him up.
leaks from like 1930. No,
Do you
Some
think
low-key-
UFC 299 is more stacked than 300 at the moment?
299 is what O'Malley, right?
Poirier.
Poirier.
why'd you say Poirier like that?
What did I say? Poirier?
Poirier.
Oh, damn, my bad. Poirier. Kevin Holland's on that undercard.
Oh, with Michael Page. That's
that's
my
gonna be
main event fight. Ooh,
It's gonna be a good fight.
that's very good fight. You guys familiar with Michael Page?
No.
Somewhat.
So for Bellator, he was probably one of the biggest guy as a striking at the time. Couple of years ago, very entertaining, very slick striking.
Oh, that'll be good with Kevin then.
Yeah,
That'll be perfect.
Yeah,
I mean, you saw Wonder Boy and Kevin Holland.
yeah.
That was awesome.
Is there anything fun you do outside of all this fight talk we're doing? Like, do you fish, hunt?
I don't
Anything?
fish. I eat fish, but I don't
Okay.
You
fish.
dance?
Yeah.
Yeah, dance.
I mean, sometimes I used to go downtown for some parties and stuff.
Take a
But
trip
these
down to
days, my
Amsterdam.
kids are too big now. We go all together. And like
Oh,
last time, we were on Travis concert, Travis Scott
Mm.
Oh, wow.
at SoFi Stadium, and I saw my kids' different faces. They knew all the song, and they were
That's
getting
cool.
crazy.
That's
And me and my wife, we were just like watching them, like, look at that. My 7-year-old was throwing all song he knew. You know.
Some
You do
Fortnite
everything.
stuff.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Wait, was that the concert where it was like an earthquake? Where they were jumping. I know Travis just had a concert where the concert was like so loud and everybody was jumping so much it recorded like a 1.3 earthquake in like the city. Yeah, look it up. It was like caused like an earthquake. Like people in like the neighboring cities could feel like the
Really?
ground
Yeah, right,
shaking and stuff. Dude, I swear, man.
No.
Dude, Travis is like that. I'm telling you.
Yeah, the kids were getting crazy for sure. You guys know the story. So a couple of kids died.
Yeah,
a few
yeah,
years
yeah.
ago, so-
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace.
But this time, you know what was funny? That all the kids were with their parents.
Oh, yeah.
So that was kind of good to see that too. you
That
know?
is cool.
Yeah.
Probably because they don't want them stomping each other.
Are there any like people you want to call out or anything before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I mean, where is Emmett? Well, it's, he got the beautiful knockout of the year with 1-punch KO. We were scheduled to fight. People expected me to fight him, and suddenly he fights. I get injured. It's Aurora throws for him, and he got so lucky for that.
It was a freak accident too.
Yeah. And I think it's something that people expected, and we have to run him back. And there is an offer 300, which is like this 300 is going to stay forever as 100, 200. People are going to remember UFC 300. So something that I recommend him to sign the paper and see who's who.
Let's go, Josh. Sign the paper.
That's
Us
it.
at Basement Talk will personally heal you. We'll send you ice. We'll get you. We'll send a doctor if we have to.
We'll send gifts to the hospital after.
Whatever we need to do for you to fight our boy. Sign the papers.
Stop ducking.
Kyler, Zach, thank you guys.
Thank you, Giga.
Thank you,
awesome.
Giga.
Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure.
having me.
We wish you all the best. We're gonna be rooting for you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
brothers.
We love you. This is gonna be good.
Watch out for the Ninja 2024, baby.
2024.
Yes, sir.
Watch out for the Ninja. Subscribe, like this video. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys had a good Monday, and
Subscriber Giga will knock you out.
we'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Thanks.
Jay with a baby, I am what he made me. No, you cannot shame me, so it's for the birds. Buy full price, you ain't know what it's worth. He not letting go like it's grandmama purse.